Waiting for the magic moment. And it just happened. Look at that now.
We're live.
We're live
Oh, brilliant.
and kicking. Well, kicking, I don't know, but we're live. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, very much welcome to that beautiful live podcast. My name is Roger Bergström, talking all the way from the beautiful Stockholm, Sweden. It's been a really good day today, I must say, at least when it comes to the weather. And it's episode 262, I believe, at least according to the numbers here. And yeah, I'm here together with me great friend, Mr. Kudush Campbell. You can say Q. I say Q. Let's say Q. How are you, Q?
I am fine. What's up,
I know, by the
Nalu?
way. Sorry.
Welcome to the chat. I'm fine. You know what? I actually had I was talking to you about something, Rog, just before, and
Yes.
when I met with these people, I had to introduce myself, and after there's always the question, how do you pronounce your name? And I'm just like, oh, it's Kudus. And then but then I caveat, but you can call me Q if you want. Everyone calls me Q, and they're like, okay, I'll call you Q. And strange enough, after that point, my email started saying Q in it, so it was
Really?
IQ. Yeah. So
That's funny.
yeah, that's how it's been. It's a week. It has been a week.
Yeah, it's been a week. It's been a week. Still summer and all that beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
hope
really
you guys
warm.
are having some nice weather as well.
Mm-hmm.
Although we've had some of that, I would say, tropical rain, more or less. We had one night some days ago, which they actually warned about in the the news,
Mm-hmm.
that it would be really heavy rain. And I actually woke up because it was so loud. But it was just over the night, and then it was okay again. It was so we had a bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've had some tropical rain as well here as well. It has rained here in the UK, but then that's
Yeah.
common in the UK, like the rain
Yeah.
coming down and stuff like that. Even today, I was dropping Ty to summer camp. The kids are on break from school, and I was dropping Ty off to summer camp, and yeah, it rained. And quite frankly, since they've been home for summer, it's actually been pretty nice. For the most part, they've been home and they've just been chilling in the house doing their own thing. We had a few a few up and down kind of stuff, but we sort of wait till those kinks. The boys have their new routine for being at home. I don't think Savi has anything planned for the summer because like we didn't. I don't know if we planned anything for him. And I say we, I mean Alex.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if we have anything planned for him, but I do think he has a trip planned to go see his grandmother. I think he is going to see his grandmother at some point. But outside of that, I don't know what else he has planned for the summer holiday. For Ty, he's got camps. He signed up for a few camps for the holidays, and he went to he's been going to one for the last 2 days, and he's he had a great day yesterday. Today, not so much. And yeah, he's basically, other than that, he's just been at home playing Pokemon and building puzzles and chilling at the house. So yeah, it's been kind of casual. I think we've had a very casual sort of week. Alex is all right. She's been trying to get some rest. I have to always keep reminding this woman, like, woman, go to sleep. Like, when she's tired, she just doesn't want to go to sleep. She's like,
Okay.
I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking about that and I can't sleep, blah, 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 blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. And then she'll come and she'll wander in wherever I happen to be. So if I'm in here, she wanders in here and she comes around and she wants to be around me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Go and lay down, relax,
Yeah. So that's the thing. As I was saying to you, I spent the day on bed. I mean, on the bed and on the sofa here. I ran a few errands, dropped off Ty to camp, and I snoozed in this little spot here on the sofa, and yeah. That, and also
but that's also part of vacation.
Yeah.
To just exactly do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're tired, okay, lay down, take a little nap. Why not? You can
take a nap. Indeed, I think that's the cool thing about being a teacher, and I think in general, I think all jobs should have a holiday time just around the same time when kids are at home, because when the kids are at home, they're taking a load off. They're at home, they're chilling, they're running around doing kid stuff, and the parents can kind of just chill with them. I think that's the way it should be. I had this really really intrusive interest in thought as I was going to the loo before I came here to sit down, and I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it be nice if every company just decided in the world, like, hey, we're going to pay people exactly the same amount that it's going to cost them for cost of living, in a sense of like where I live, both me and my partner need to work. So me and my wife have to work enough to afford our, like, a comfortable living. And I think it's the same for most people, where you and your
Yes.
partner have to work to afford a comfortable living, because part of the equation is, if you have kids, you have expenses, or at least more expenses. And then that way, one parent can stay at home and take care of the kids and raise them and teach them right from wrong and all the stuff. And the other one can go out and just work and know that everything is covered financially. Because right now, the way the system, at least here in the UK, the way it works is both parents can work and still get, the idea is that you get support from the government. But I think the idea of why, if you're having to get support from the government, then the system is broken. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
If it is that you cannot, that you can work a full job and you don't have enough to pay your bills and take care of your kids,
Yes.
then the system is broken. Or you both work two jobs and then you pay someone else to take care of your kids while working two jobs, which again is broken, because then
Yeah, exactly. Either way, it becomes weird and as you say, broken. I think we have touched base about this a bit before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I grew up during the 70s, and it was like my mom was at home at that
Mm-hmm.
point of time. She worked later when I was in my. I mean, she worked before kids, and also I would say after kids, because when I became like 12, 13 years old, actually, I had my mom as a substitute teacher when it comes to what's that called in English as a topic in school? Like painting.
Oh, an art teacher.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So I had my mom for a year as an art teacher. That was like, oh, when you're 13 years old, and yeah,
you don't want your mom in school coming to teach
no,
the class.
I love my mom and we have a good relationship, but not as my teacher.
I'll be honest with you, I've experienced that as well. I've experienced having yeah, my mom, it wasn't official, but when I was in primary school, whenever the teachers had a day off, mom would come into the school, she'd get a call from the school and they'd say, well, the teacher is sick, and mom would come in and teach the class. And the other kids used to love her. They used to be like, oh my God, your mom is so cool and stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, that's my mom.
But the thing is, that's great. And you might appreciate that if you think back like years later. But at that point in time, it's like, okay, I don't care about that. For me, it's my mom. Come on.
Yeah, I don't want you in school. I can't do mischief in school if you're there.
Exactly. I can't flirt with the girls as I want to during lessons either. So
exactly, she's gonna call me out. I know I'm gonna see her when I get home.
Exactly. So how was your day at school? Oh wait, I know I was there. Yeah. So
exactly.
But yeah. So either. But I just wanted to say that it was different. I think it's great that you should have the possibility to work if you want to. Both parents can work, fine. But as you say, the equation gets very wrong when you still can't cover the costs. Then it's like something has gone wrong here. I mean, it's about the same, I get, most likely global wise, more or less, with some variations between different countries. But I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, for sure.
100%.
I also just want to say, Nala, what you wrote before. I seen you have had some heavy rain or massive rain for like 2 weeks in Texas, but probably right now it's hot. It has been the warmth here. I'm not sure how it is in the UK. It was this period of time, quite long actually, where it was like around 30 degrees. That has gone down. I would say, fortunately, it's quite nice that it's more like 24, 25 now.
That's what it is now. But inside my house feels hotter. So even though it says that it's 20 something outside, in the house it feels a lot hotter in here.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. Is
Mm.
that aspect of it where I feel like I'm boiling. I'm wearing shorts everywhere. I'm wearing thin t-shirts. In fact, I only put this clothes on for the podcast. I was in my pants, in my underpants, sitting
Yeah,
laying on the
you
sofa.
see.
And keeping in mind, in my underpants, laying on the sofa, sweating. That's how warm it
Mm.
feels right now in the house.
Now I know exactly what you
So
mean, especially yeah. I feel you because I get this also in this room when I'm recording after some time. So it's gonna get hot. I can actually tell you, I am sitting in my underwear right now. Haha!
as it should be, as you
Look
should
at that
be.
now, because I took me and Isaac was at the gym just 2.5 hours ago, and before dinner and before the podcast. So I never I just
You just come
yeah
in,
okay.
sit in your pants. Have you strapped yourself down so that just in case you accidentally get up, you can't?
No, unfortunately, I don't have the fastened seatbelt sign lit up. So if I for some reason have to stand up, this is gonna end bad for some. I don't know. It depends on
Because
Peggy 18.
I
Yeah,
always think to myself, look, when I sit down here, I'm not gonna get up until like the podcast is done. But then sometimes
exactly.
something happens in the house and I need to go check, and
Right.
that's the moments I fear. So I've put pants on or trousers, and when I'm finished with the podcast, they're coming back off because then
Now
what's the
that's
point?
that's a wise thing to do. Usually I do that, but I thought I would be honest and just actually explain the situation because sometimes
If it
it
happens, at least
happens.
you've got an alibi. At least you've got the alibi if it happens.
Yeah,
So
true,
yeah, there's
true.
that. It responding to Nalu's statement, about safety nets. You saying Q, but some people can't work, so having a safety net isn't a bad thing. I'm not against safety nets. That's the thing. I
No, no,
think
me neither.
I think we should have safety nets in society. I
Yeah,
think that those who are able to work should be earning enough that they don't need to rely on a safety net, and that's the situation. The people who are working full time, should not have to rely on a safety net. And it used to be that way. It used to be that
yes, yes, yes.
you could be working a full time job and take care of your family and not have to rely on the state for help. But now it's gotten to a point where even while working a full time job, you have to rely on the state for help because of the fact that it's just not enough. To especially if you have kids, especially if you have kids. And I think the idea shouldn't be that the state raises your kids or has to, subsidize child raising. It should
Yeah,
be that you have a job, you work your job, you do a good job, and you don't need to rely on the state for subsidization to raise your kids. I think the minute that it's at
yeah,
that point, the system is broken.
yeah.
Whereas if it is that you are in a situation where you're unable to work, then yes, I do believe that you should be able to get help for that essentially. So that's what a safety net, and that's the idea of a safety net. A safety net should be if in case of an emergency you have safety, not at all times you have safety. That's ridiculous. So
Gee.
and
Now, but
that's mhm. Yeah, go on.
yeah, yeah. Hmm, I'm just gonna write to Nalu. I'm asking a question here, something I didn't understand. But either way, yeah, I agree with you. I just it's so strange in
Oh,
many ways.
Velcro.
Of course, I think if I just gonna
Hmm.
follow your thread here, I think it's of course, different jobs pay different. I mean,
Hmm.
we have quite some gaps between different professions also.
Hmm.
And that has been a thing for a long time. For example, people, like nurses, doctors, especially nurses, like they never seem to get the right salary for all the hours they put into taking care of other people, for example.
Hmm.
But the thing is, what I'm also getting at, I still see after and before COVID as well.
Yeah, there's
And what
that
I'm
as well.
looking at is the fact that it became worse after COVID because
Hmm.
the situation, a lot of the industries and also the economy as a whole got shook up, and also a bit of how to say, people got frightened and they started to hold on to things, and then they raised the prices on so
Hmm.
many things, and it never really got back.
Yeah, it
So what
never really
happened
got
when
back.
things started the wheels start rolling again after the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, then it never settled. It never went back and started over. It just stayed at these prices and continued up from there.
Yeah.
That's why we see these wild examples of like coffee that is 50% more expensive all of a sudden.
Yeah,
It's insane.
it's absolutely
I'm
insane.
not saying that this what you're describing didn't start before like 2020 or 2019, but it is an example, at least from my perspective of thinking about it, quite obvious actually to see that
Yeah,
it became
it
worse.
it did become worse after COVID, and I can attest to that, because prior to COVID, you know, we as a family, my family here, could have survived on one salary comfortably enough. And after COVID, we couldn't. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
it
it,
was
it
easier. It was better for us as well.
yeah,
I can definitely. I remember. I
yeah.
remember. Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember this, by the way, is Velcro. It's this sort of thing that's holding my glasses case closed. So the thing that Nalu's talking about is this Velcro.
Ah,
So he's saying we should
aha.
Velcro you to your seat so you can't get up.
Now I get it.
Let me put this back in my
Oh,
backpack.
thumbs
Uh,
up, Nolo. That's a great suggestion. Got it.
Okay, let me put this back in my bag. But generally, it's been a week. It's
Yeah.
been a week. We've had ups and downs. There's a lot of stuff going on in a political sense of, like, and I think Nalu and I have been chatting about it, private, and I've been talking about it with family as well, with regards to censorship and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure, Roger, you're aware of some of it that's going on, with online censorship, where here in the UK now you have to present ID if you want to access any mature
Right.
content, and it's not working out too well. I think the US is flirting with the same idea. I've heard things about the EU, Australia, and not too fun for us adults wanting to go on the internet and do
No.
internety things. I heard it's going to affect games as well. Games like Grand Theft Auto. Steam is removing games because payment processors are
Yeah.
threatening Steam and all this sort of stuff. So you are finding more and more stuff. The landscape is changing,
Yeah.
and it's not changing for the better. And all the while, all of this stuff is going on. This is all of our entertainment. This is what's supposed to
Mm.
keep us happy with after work. It's changing, while at the same time the landscape around work and life and everything is also deteriorating at the same time. So we are going through, as a global people, we are going through a tough time. I can say that much,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're lucky enough to have friends and family around the globe, and we communicate with each other, and it's we get that feedback of like, yo, it's bad, and
Mm.
yeah, it is bad here too, and it's
Yeah.
bad here too, and it's also
Mm.
bad here too. So everyone seems to be in the same, seem to have the same consensus, in the same position, where it is pretty shit at this particular point in time,
Mm.
living on the planet Earth. If you're an alien, stay away. Maybe Mars might be good this time of year, this time
Yeah.
of century.
Maybe this time of year.
Yes,
Well,
Earth is not the
yeah.
place. It's not the place right now. It
If you like
is.
red sand or whatever have you, then go.
I'm telling you, man.
There's supposed to be some traces of water, actually, so you might be lucky. Who knows?
Potentially, yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Cost of living is probably cheap on Mars. I'm just saying.
Most likely. There's a lot of property that hasn't been claimed, so go ahead,
Lots of
have fun.
unclaimed property.
Hmm. Bring a spade. Yeah, but anyway. Now, but it seems that you've had a pretty, overall, like a pretty good or a chill week. I can hear that.
Yeah.
And as said, I mean, it's still summer. I am, if I can continue, I guess, filling in here what we have been doing and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's the same here. That's also a reason why I wanted to ask to do the podcast today, because we are trying to, I mean, both Annalie and Adam is also having vacation, so we try
Ooh.
to, plan things to do without like breaking the budget completely. Not like a long trip. We're not doing that, at least this summer.
Mhm.
We had a thought about it, but we're not going to do it. What we have done is one thing that at least me and Adam and Isaac has in common, and I talked about it before, is the fact that we love roller coasters.
Mhm.
So we went to that was just a couple of days ago, to Gröna Lund, which is the amusement park close to the city of Stockholm. You've seen it, Q. I pointed it out
Yeah. Yeah.
when we have been passing. So we were there an evening, me and the boys. The only thing, and I was happy. I was able to try out the new roller coaster that's called Monster. It was great, great, great. I would have loved to go for another ride, but it's a lot of people, a lot of waiting time, and so on. But unfortunately, there was another one I wanted to try, but it's like I'm not there that often
Hmm.
nowadays.
Yeah.
And we went there and was like, okay, technical failure, closed. I'm like, no, come on. But we had a good time. Me and the boys. It was really nice. Annalie took a walk, a city walk, and hooked up afterwards. So we took the, and this is the good thing that we did also with you. You know, the water surrounding the city. So we took the ferry
Hmm.
and went back to Adam's place
Ooh.
since he lives by the water. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And have some
So,
have a fika with some coffee.
not at that point. It was quite late actually. It was
Oh.
like 11:30 in the evening. So no, but so we've been doing those kind of things. We've been going to different kind of places and taking baths, like the ocean again. And we have also now booked for next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be away, staying in Västerås, which is a city just about a bit more than an hour away from Stockholm. There's a really good like bit of a luxurious hotel there. So we have booked a night for the family. We're gonna
Oh.
have nice. It's a good spa. It's yeah, eating good food and chill and
So I should get in on the flight before so I can land in time so I can join you for the spa.
exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Thanks
Yep.
thanks for
Now,
reminding me. So
yep.
I'll be
Now
there.
you know the time schedule and see ya.
Yes, I'll see you. That sounds
Now
like so much fun, though.
yeah. And right now, I'm not alone. Isaac is upstairs somewhere. Adam is actually celebrating a colleague of his. His name is Per. He's having his birthday, so he's
Hmm.
out somewhere in the city, I guess,
Hmm.
doing their stuff. But Annalie took the new car that we have, and drove down early morning to the more southern part of Sweden to visit her parents.
Oh.
We were like, should we go the whole family? And I was quite honest this time. I was like, you know what? I think I'll pass on this one. I mean, it's nice to go there. Yeah, it's nice to go there, but it is 500 kilometers down with the
Yeah.
car and 500 back, and it's like 2 travel days.
Hmm.
So I was like, you go. And I said, you should definitely. I mean, we've also talked about
Hmm.
this. We have older parents now. My father is not alive any longer. I
Hmm.
have my mom left. Both Annalie's parents are alive. And I said, yeah, you should definitely go because, as said, we never know
Yeah.
what happens. So do that. So she's going to be there a couple of days over the weekend and then come back. And then we go to the hotel where you're
Hmm.
going to meet up with us. So,
Yes, of course.
so
Of course, wonderful.
yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
It sounds exciting. It sounds absolutely exciting. So I'm assuming it's a loud house tonight and you guys have full freedom
Yeah.
to
We have.
just do what you want,
Uh-huh.
Hence the reason no pants on. I get it now. It makes more
Yeah, you
sense.
understand more and
Proper
more, right?
man
It all
spread
comes
stuff.
together.
It's
Hmm.
coming together. You're having junk food for dinner tonight. Look, wife's not home. You're gonna play. You're gonna have crisps and snacks and
Yeah,
fried foods and
the whole
sparkly
menu.
drinks, the whole menu, and just stay up watching telly all night.
Exactly. Waking up like this tomorrow in the
Yeah.
sofa. Oh, and the TV is still on. What happened?
It was a
Yeah,
wild night, an
so,
absolutely wild night.
something like that. That is great. I also want to answer now. Yeah, I really like roller coasters still.
Hmm.
Being this older man now, I still do. We have been talking about going, for example, to outside of Amsterdam. It's called Valibu Park. It was former a Six Flags park, one of the few in Europe. It's another park in Belgium, but we have been thinking about going there. But again, we kind of cooled down a bit and said, well, we'll wait and see what we're going to do later on, and especially maybe next summer. So,
Hmm.
but I'm happy for this. I mean, if the weather is good here, I don't feel like I need to go somewhere else. We've had also this long streak of hot weather.
Hmm.
To be honest, I talked with my mom and she was a bit, I mean, if you're plus 80 and you have like plus 30 degrees for weeks and weeks, uh, they said that it hasn't been this hot this long in the north part of Sweden where I come from since 1974. So I think
Hmm.
you can imagine that it's like a long streak. You know.
I think it's a good thing when you get older, because what I've heard is when you get older, because you lose cartilage and stuff in your joints, the warmer weather is actually better for your joints than colder weather, which is why a lot of old people tend to move to the tropics when they get older,
True. Yeah.
because they can sit on the beach and it's because I've heard of when you get older, like you feel the cold in your body, like it hurts in your
Yes.
body
Yeah.
more so
It can
than
be the case.
a younger person. So like yeah, like I am of the middle of age. You know, I think we're in the middle of the road kind of territory. But I think once I am of that older generation, I've had this conversation with my wife. I'm like, look, we have the opportunity to move back to the tropics when we get to that age. We are doing it. We're not looking at we're not doing this living on here in the cold for the rest of our lives thing. And I think that's the like I'm pretty comfortable at the point, when I get to that age to just buy an RV and a custom truck or whatever and deliver it to whatever country I happen to be in. Like I'm pretty much to the point where this is what's gonna happen. I was watching one on YouTube the other day and I was showing it to my wife. It looked like a delivery van, like those big white delivery
Yeah.
vans.
Right.
And there's this guy, he's like in California or something, and he's like retired. He's done all that he needs to do and so forth. And he's fitted this thing out, Roch. It looks so good. It's got one big bed in it, a massive bed. It's got a proper shower, standing shower, proper toilet, flushing, full tanks underneath this whole thing. It's got a proper sized kitchen, 50-inch telly in there, nice seating area that you can fold out into an extra bed just in case you have visitors. And the side of the truck, because these delivery trucks are all white. The side of it is he uses it as a projector screen to like project movies on, and he's playing Smash Brothers in it and watching movies with the family. And I'm just like, holy crap, this is so cool. And he just parks it on the side of a beach. He just goes to the beach, parks it there during the summer months, and he just chills. He just chills there, by himself. I think some of his kids join him, and he goes surfing and all this sort of stuff. And I just think to myself, I showed my wife this, and I was like, babe, this is what we're doing. Like when the kids get to a point where they're like, look, they could handle their stuff on their own. We are doing this. This is the life we are going to live. Because literally, the way this thing was fitted out, this guy can fit bikes in there. He can get all this sort of stuff. And I'll send you the video, Raj, when after this. Yeah. And bro, it's like, wow. I'm just imagining that vehicle in Trinidad or Tobago, and I'm just driving around. And I park it up somewhere on a beach. There's so many beaches around. I could park on a beach. Or maybe I'm in Europe and I'm driving through Europe and I park it on a beach in Spain somewhere or in Italy. And I'm just there, I don't have to be there forever. I'm an older person at this point. I could just drive from place to place and see how I feel about it. And when I think about, like, for me and my missus, we're both gamers. At that stage in life, man, this guy has a 50-some-inch telly in there. I'm gonna have my PC there. I'm gonna have like a 50-some-inch telly. I could be sitting down playing eFootball or whatever the hell I'm playing at that point. She could be playing, Persona or Fire Emblem on the other side of the room. We could just be chatting and cooking food in there, and it even had a washer and dryer in there, fridge, everything. I was just like. This is good.
Yeah, but it is cool. I mean, it's that kind of nomad life, more or less, where you're, what did Paul Young sing? He sang, "Wherever I lay my hat, that's my home."
That's what I'm saying.
A pretty good song title, It's pretty cool. I know. I haven't seen what you're describing, but I see some other guys. There are others that have been doing this kind of stuff and have those kind of vans and whatnot that they rebuild, and it's fascinating for sure. We'll see what happens.
So cool. I'm telling you, bro, like the older I get, the more ideas I get about how I want to relax. How much, because the way this guy had it set up as well, he's got solar panels on the top of it. He says he's had it for 3 years and never paid a bill on it. Like, that is ridiculous. You've not had to pay for electricity. This is a guy who has internet access. He has a 50-something-inch telly in there. He's watching telly. He's cooking. He's got heating. He's got everything you could think about that makes a house comfortable. And he's not paid a bill he's not had to plug into anything off the grid for 3 years. And when you look on the part of the bus where he has the stuff that he set up, this guy has a bunch of space. He could add more batteries and stuff if he wanted to.
Yeah,
He
right.
could improve this in so many ways. And he was just like, you know what? Like, I'm happy the way it is now. I don't plan to improve it. I looked at that design and I was just like, I could improve that design and make it even better for me, my family, and just chill. Like, get to a point where I can just chill. That's the dream. The dream is being able to get to a point in life where you can just enjoy your existence without having to worry about paying any bills or covering any sort of expenses. Being at a stage in your life where you can just actually just enjoy the company of the people that you enjoy being around. I think to me that is the dream, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I think most people would agree. That's, and it doesn't have to be. Oh, that means automatically. So you want to be rich?
No,
That's not really
no.
the thing. I mean, I don't mind having more money, but because that can give you some freedom. I think it comes a bit with that, but that's not really what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
We're talking about waking up and not having to think about this and that, and all the must do, and as you said, also all these bills and whatever have you. So it's a kind of a different thing.
It
I
is.
gotta say,
It is
but
because
it is cool.
like today I paid my rent today, and that was one thing thinking about. Then I've got other bills coming up. I've got to pay for my phones. I've got to pay internet. I've got electricity.
Yeah.
The kids need certain things. I've got to buy food. When you think about all these bills, it adds up bit by bit by
Oh,
bit
it
by
adds
bit.
up for sure. And
Yeah.
as we said earlier in the conversation, it's also more expensive now. A lot of
Yes.
things. So it really and unfortunately, the wages and the pace and everything hasn't increased in the same
At the same rate.
rate or level. So that makes which yeah.
It is. It is. But anyway, that
Yeah.
being said, enough of our plans for when we get a bit more mature, a bit more ripened. I think for now we are still here. We're still and I really hope at that stage as well. We're still doing this podcast because that'd be so much fun. But generally, Raj, we have had a week. Yeah. And you think it's about time we start talking about some Tele?
Let's get in there. Let's get into. I'm also curious to hear about this anime you've been watching.
The Immortal King. So
yes,
this anime, I'm gonna just pull up because you guys know I'm terrible with name, so I'm just gonna pull up the page for it. It's the daily life of the Immortal King. So I usually watch Tele when I'm eating, right? Because a lot of times I'm just laying in bed, when if the missus isn't around, or I have my meals. I sit here on the sofa and it's just me sometimes, grabbing a bite, and I usually watch something when I'm eating. But usually it's like Big Bang Theory or something I've seen before, and it's just like idle watching. I can turn my brain off and just watch it, sort of like autopilot. And I ended up deciding I'm going to watch some anime because it's been a while since I've properly watched a new anime, and I chose The Daily Life of the Immortal King because it's in my watch list. And I'm telling you, I started the first season and I was not impressed. I wasn't impressed by the first the beginning of the first season. I was just like, this is sort of like the anime is sort of like, the best way to put it, anyone who's seen One Punch Man, it's kind of like One Punch Man. It's like satire. Like the main character, he's ridiculously overpowered. But the stories, it just doesn't take itself seriously. It's very satire. Okay. No one can beat the main character, so you never worry about him losing a fight. He's just that overpowered. He's ridiculously overpowered. And so you watch the episode just sort of like rooting for the minor characters and hoping that things work out for them. But at the same time, when things get really, really tough, you then start thinking, okay, so when is he gonna step in? Because he can step in at any point in time. He chooses not to. He just chills, and things will be going around, and people will be beating him up, and he's just sitting there. Okay, so there's one episode where he gets kidnapped by this guy, and he's just there being strapped up on a cross just like that, and he's not doing anything, and he's just sort of so chill and nonchalant, and at any moment he could have ended this guy, and he's just like, okay, cool, yeah. Well, we'll do. And then inevitably, when he decides he wants to end it, he ends it. He just, okay, cool, I'll just beat this guy up and take over this thing and whatever have you. So it's a Chinese anime. The main character is named Wang just no,
What?
Sun Lu, I think it's the main character. Is that the actor? No, it's Wang Ling. Yeah, so it's Wang Ling is the main character, and then yeah, and then you have the female lead. I think she is Sun Rong. So you've got a bunch. I'm looking at this on Wikipedia because my anime list isn't listing this anime right now. So I'm unable to get the actual breakdown of the actual character names properly. Let me see if I can find.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not giving the full names. But anyway, the point is, the anime is amazing. It's absolutely hilarious. The characters are funny, and so forth. And after having some time with it, I have slowly come around to liking it. So the first part of the first season, it's really satire, and I'm like, oh, I really want a serious plot. I really wish there was more to it, and so forth. And then as the story goes on, the plot actually starts to get more serious. You start to have like things that you're curious about, things that are going on. You start finding characters who are powerful, but no one is more powerful than the main character. He's just ridiculously powerful. But you have characters that you think to a certain extent, ooh, this might be a threat. But then the main thing with the main character is it's more about him protecting the people around him more so than him needing protection, because he can basically do anything he wants. He's that powerful, but the people around him can get hurt. So his parents or the girl that likes him and the friends that he has and so forth, because he's slowly starting to form relationships with people. And I think that's the thing as well, is that because of his powers, his parents have used this sort of these power dampeners onto him so that he can have a normal life, because his powers were so strong he would just basically he can hurt people without noticing it. And so until he got old enough, the idea was that when he can control it, they would basically dampen his powers and so forth. And so he's forming relationships, but the dampeners, they dampen his personality, so he doesn't feel excitement and happiness and all this sort of stuff. But by going to school, he's like a middle school or whatever have you, he is forming relationships, he's forming friendships, and he's starting to come to that point where he's like, I feel stuff. You can, and they have certain scenes where you see his heart start beating faster because he's emotionally starting to like get upset because someone hurt someone that he cares about, or start to feel emotion of like love because the girl that likes him does something really nice, and he starts feeling like ooh, So you have a lot of different characters in there. The characters are funny. You have good guys, you have bad guys, you have banter. And it's a 7.3. I found it on my anime list. It's a 7.3 on my anime list. Me personally, I've seen season 1 and parts of season 2. Where I stand on it right now, I am thinking it is about there. I think a 7 is good. I think 7 is a good rating for it. I don't know how it ends. It's 4 seasons, so by the time I get to season 4, if it continues to be good and it gets even better than this, then I will be intrigued. I will color me intrigued about thing. It does do a lot of callbacks to like real life. So you get a lot of, because again, this is satire. You get a lot of references to real things in it. There's one reference that came up in one of the recent episodes I was watching, and they were talking to like this group of like there's a scene where the characters, one of the major characters comes in and he says, we must consult with the ancestors so that we may make a decision about what we're going to do about this thing that's happening that's threatening the world. And you have these sort of like ghost like sort of AI looking old men pop up in a room on these giant tablet things just hovering in midair, and they're arguing about, okay, well, we should do this and we should do that, and one of them starts talking like, we can make the world great again, and it's, you start, wait a minute, dude, that's Trump, right? And then you start noticing the similarities in his facial features, and you're like, yeah, I get it. And then they do other stuff like they do, like, for example, there's one scene where a character powers up and he goes Super Saiyan, and like, oh my god, they're doing Dragon Ball, and it's like stuff like that. So it's kind of satire, and they make fun of other anime or other like people and other things in the world, and it's nice. It's not too bad actually. Nalu says Froggy 2 is the best wingman. Yeah, I agree. Froggy 2 is the best wingman. I love Froggy 2. Froggy 2 is cool. He's I like him a lot. He's a very funny character. He's very cool. He's a demon frog turned into a puppy, basically. So he was turned into a puppy, and as Froggy too, he becomes adorable and funny, and
Cool.
he comes over to people's houses. He knocks the door, and they're like, "Oh, it's you, Froggy too. Come in." He just walks in. Yeah. So
Welcome. Yeah.
yes, welcome, Froggy too. Have you tried? No, Nalu. I don't know what this is. Let's see. I don't even want to attempt to read that name. Uh, Ooh, no, I have
Arin
not.
Sanwa Hakarenai.
Yeah, it's a good job, bro. I wasn't even gonna try it. I haven't tried that one yet. I don't even like that. I'm looking at it, and to be frank, this looks similar because you can see the way the main character looks on this. The guy, he looks so nonchalant, and I actually don't like characters like that. I don't like characters that look that nonchalant. I like characters that have a little bit more in them. Like I would say one of my favorite characters in this anime is actually the dad of one of the main characters friends. So Chin Chow, the bald guy, he's kind of like a monk boy. He's tall and he has a big sword, and he's like built of metal because like he pongs his head onto things, and not
Oh.
and when he gets hit, you just hear a metal song. It's like pang 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 pang.
Okay.
His dad has trained him so much that he's super strong, and he has a very strong honor code. But I think the voice actor for his dad is an actor that has voice acted in some anime that I like, and that being School Rumble. I think
Oh.
the guy who voice acted his dad is the guy who voice acted um, Kinji Haruma from School Rumble, who's absolutely my favorite character from the anime, and one of my favorite characters of anime in general. He's just so funny, and his character in this, if that is him, because it sounds exactly like him. If that is him, he is absolutely hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious in this, and yeah, I'm loving the daily life of the Immortal King right now. It is my mealtime show. So we'll get there somewhere. We'll at some point we will catch up to the story and we will understand everything. But so far, so good. It's a good anime. I can give it a 7, and that's about it. What about you, Raj? What have you been
Nice.
watching? Have you been watching
Yeah.
any anime this week?
No, no anime
No anime.
this
Okay.
week. I've been watching a bit this and that. Still watching also this documentary I talked about before when it comes to Sweden and the Second World War and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But no, actually, me and Anneli sat down yesterday, especially since she was leaving today. We said,
Mm-hmm.
let's watch a movie together. And that we did. So we watched a movie called Brick, which is quite new on Netflix, or
Mm-hmm.
new because it's 2025. Uh, one of those, what is it rated at? It's like a mystery sci-fi thriller. Let's put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about a couple. I recognize the male actor. I'm gonna check out what his name is. Matthias Schweighöfer. Oh yeah, because yeah, this is a German movie,
Mm-hmm.
a German thriller, if you will. So it's this couple in their the you know quite young still,
Mm-hmm.
whose apartment building is suddenly surrounded by a mysterious brick wall
Mm-hmm.
that they must work with their neighbors or work together with their neighbors to find a way out. That's
Mm-hmm.
the short version. It's like a. I think it's in Hamburg actually. I've
Mm-hmm.
been in Hamburg because I we recognize the surroundings when they were outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly the whole film, more or less, except the opening of the film, is in this house,
Mm-hmm.
meaning the building when it comes to the apartments. So what happens is that they wake up and she decides to leave him. That's a spoiler.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go, a spoiler. And she opens the door and there's this brick wall, like a
Oh.
gray, weird, nano-looking brick wall, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Because he's a game developer actually, and it's a part of the equation here when it comes. I'm not going to spoil too much, but it has to do with that and some other things that happen in their life. I won't say that why she's has this intention to leave.
Mhm.
and she thinks or believes that he has something to do it with it, and he's just like, no, I don't know what this is. And they open the windows, there's a wall, so all of a sudden it starts to feel actually a bit claustrophobic because they just realize we can't get through, we can't get out,
Mhm.
and there's no coverage when it comes to like the Wi-Fi is down, everything is down.
Mhm.
Can't use their phones. They have a good like drill. They try to drill, through the material. That doesn't work, of course. And they hear something through the wall, and that's they're close by neighbors, so
Mhm.
they drill a hole and start to talk with them. And it's from there that the story kind of develops. They eventually get together with this other couple,
Mhm.
and he, or actually she, the main character in this relationship, the woman that was about to leave him, she's an architect, and she knows that there are in this building where they live. It's old, and it has like a basement, and down in the basement there's also old passages that was most likely used probably during the war, that
Mhm.
also leads to the subway and everything. So she thinks, what if we get down all the way down,
Mhm.
because they are a few floors up.
Mhm.
If we get all the way down, maybe we can get through there and get out.
Mhm.
So they move their way down and meet some other people, an old man and his daughter, and then they come to this other apartment because they literally use a sledgehammer and make holes in the actual
On the
floor,
floor,
to
yeah.
get down to the next floor. Yeah. So then they meet this guy who's a bit strange, and got a feeling already. It's he knows something. He knows
Mhm.
something about this situation, and they also start to suspect the landlord that he has something to do with this.
Mhm.
Uh, and it develops from there. It's kind of an interesting take on a yeah, mystery thriller kind of movie.
Mhm.
I kind of enjoyed it. It was also nice. Again, it was German. It was not English. It wasn't like from the US. It wasn't
Mhm.
Swedish for that sake. It was something else. A European movie.
Yeah.
And pretty well, played, if that makes sense. Also, when it comes to the characters and the actual actors and actresses.
Mhm.
Directed by Philip Koch. I have seen something else from him before. Can't remember now, but it surprised me a bit. It has only a 5.5 on IMDb out of 10.
Mhm.
I thought it would land around at least 6.5, 7, but it doesn't. It's 5.5. I would give it a 6.5. I
Mhm.
think
It's much better
it's
than what they're rating
yeah,
it at.
yeah, well, much, but it's at least deserves a bit more on the plus over the 50
Mhm.
percentage mark when it comes to the rating.
Mhm.
So yeah, we kind of enjoyed it. It's also one of those movies that aren't that long. It's like 1 hour 39 minutes, which
Mhm.
is quite a good length as well. So yeah, so if you're interested to see something a bit different, it becomes a bit exciting, and also yeah, things go a bit south with some of the characters in the actual story, then you can check out Brick. I watched it on Netflix. And
Mhm.
I say I watched it here in Sweden on Netflix. If it's on Netflix where you live, I don't know, because regional and bloody
You
hell.
never know. To be honest, it's showing up for Netflix for me as well, and I will be honest, I am very keen to check it out. Looking at the trailer from what it looks like, it actually looks interesting because
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
it does because and even when you describe the premise of it, like from what the premise is and the look of
Mm.
it and everything like that, I'm surprised it's sitting at a 5. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I think the story in itself is because it's so weird, and
mm-hmm,
you start to as you're watching it, you also, what is this?
mm-hmm,
Is it alien? Is
mm-hmm,
it what's the purpose? What's going on out there? Are they trying to protect the people in the house, or is this some kind of social experiment, or what's
mm-hmm.
going on? Things like that. And no, now though, I haven't watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet. I gotta say though, before we started to watch Brick, I actually suggested Happy Gilmore 2 for my
Oh.
wife, but she was like, maybe not this evening. Okay, sure, we go with this other movie, and then we watch Brick. But I will watch Happy Gilmore 2 100%.
Yep. When
Yeah. Oh, it is okay.
I intend to watch Happy Gilmore 2 as well at some point. Probably I'd probably watch that with Xavi though. I think that's who I'd probably watch it with. Because then I can watch the first one with him. And because I know he hasn't seen the first, so we can watch the first and then the second. I think I can probably do the first with Xavi and then the second with Xavi and Alex. But it's the thing is, it's easier for me to match my schedule with Xavi than with Alex. I would say, because sometimes when Alex is free, she doesn't want to watch something like that with me. We usually watch other things, or we do other things, like we talk, or yeah, it's just we don't usually do telly together. And I think when she is free, she'd much rather go to the cinema with me than to watch something at home. So yeah, it's usually like, oh babe, can we like I think, was it yesterday, she was asking me like, oh, can we go to the cinema and see something? She was asking me if I wanted to go to see a show, and I was like, she told the cinema she was asking me to go to is like a while away from here, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to go there. She's like, oh, but I really want to see this thing, and she's doing that thing that your missus does, where they like, they want you to say yes to a thing that they know you don't want to do. You're like, oh,
Yeah, right.
It's like, God damn it. And then I found all sorts of reasons why she didn't have to go see this show. And one of those reasons was, we've already seen it already. And then she was like, oh, right, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we don't have to go see that.
Yeah, well, that was okay.
It's like, yes, I don't have to go there.
Got
it. So I got away with it.
Yeah.
I got away with it. Gaming. Stuck some gaming, Raj. I have been playing eFootball again, as per usual. My usual game, but here's the cool part. I've been live streaming it. I've started live streaming.
You have, right?
Yeah, I've been live streaming. I've been getting online. I've been live streaming. Nalu has been in my live stream. There have been other people turning up for the live stream. So I've had some great old banter and conversations and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I think I set the bar too high on my first live stream back though. I was so energetic and so into it. I was so like, yeah, I want to do this. And I think to myself, like, now I'm at a point right now where I don't know if the second time I did it, I don't think I had as much enthusiasm and gusto, to the point where I feel like I let the people down. I was like, they probably came in and they're like expecting the full on, like, yeah, let's do this. And I came in and I was yeah, let's do this, let's get it. So I'm sorry to anyone who came by expecting me to be full energy like the first time I came back, but I just didn't. Like, I used all in one go and I was done. So
exactly.
But I've been streaming eFootball, and it's been cool. I have been saying to my family, to my missus, that I want to get back into streaming. I want to get back into doing stuff, but I want to take baby steps with it. So I decided to start with eFootball because it's a game that I enjoy playing. It's I can play casually and I can enjoy having a conversation with people without having to focus too much. And I will be going back to streaming like other games as well, so like your JRPGs and all that kind of stuff, but I want to build myself back up to that point. I don't think I have it in me to sit there in a JRPG and talk to people at the same time right now. I don't think I'm there yet. So I'm taking baby steps, but this is for those of you who know that I've started back streaming. I'm starting with something that I'm comfortable with, so I can build myself back up to the point where I can actually do that. Did you watch the short Nintendo Direct? No, I did not. I did not know there was a Nintendo Direct. Ooh, please tell me it was Pokemon, please. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, bro. That's interesting. I think I will have to check that out. I will definitely have to check that out. But that's what I've been playing. I've been playing eFootball. I took a free-to-play team from a team that I didn't have to spend any coin on, and I took it from Division 3 all the way to Division 1 on my own. Right. And yeah, I think right now what you're seeing on screen is my free-to-play team. Those who are watching the game on the side, it may be delayed if you're a bit behind, but what I'm looking at on the side of my screen, what's showing up on the screen while I'm talking, is my free-to-play team on the side of it's right there. You can see my players I have. I've got Oliver Kahn in there. I've got Diego Forlan, I've got classic players, Pep Guardiola, with some new ones, your Trent Alexander-Arnolds and so forth. So that's my team. You see there, I can point to it as the team right there. That's the team I took to Div 1. And it was fun. It was really fun to play like that, and I enjoyed it a lot. And then I went and I used my main account that I have spent money on and is on the Xbox. And I got my ass handed to me the other night. I lost a bunch of matches that I otherwise would have won on my, and so I was upset, but it's okay. It happens to the best of us.
It happens.
So Raj, other than me playing E again, what have you been playing again? Because I'm sure you've been playing something again, like me. I think I read it. So
In a way, yes, but at the same time, I've been playing something I just tried out.
Okay.
It was an yeah, it was. It's now released, but it was an upcoming free to play shooter
Mm-hmm.
that is called Black Stigma,
Mm.
and I did a video months back when it comes to the actual play test and have my norm usual kind of saying about the game and what I felt and stuff like that. Now I just posted today actually more like a yeah, it's impressions, or you can even call it a review for that sake.
Mm-hmm.
Because Black Stigma is a hero shooter. It's released. It was released on July 18, so quite
Mm.
recently by Bold Play Games.
Yeah.
It's not a big studio or publisher, for what I know, but it's an early access game, of course, out there, and it has its. I'm a bit hesitant when it comes to this game. I do touch base about things that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Some has to do a bit with the actual performance or netcode. I think it's related to what I felt. What they've done here is that they put together, I think it's 15 different like characters called masters,
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of thing with the game is that it mixes both like gunplay and also
Swordplay.
close, yeah, melee combat and combinations.
Mm-hmm.
Has this anime, well, at least cartoonish kind of style. If
Mm-hmm.
you check out the game, which looks pretty good. It looks pretty good actually. The problem is though that some of the how do you say, the animations, like when you get into these fights and you have these finishing moves and stuff, isn't that fluent. It doesn't look like
It's stiff.
super great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
It looks like
so that yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but I'm watching the gameplay right now, and
right.
it looks like a mobile game. That's the way I look at it.
Yes.
It
Now that's a
looks
good thing that you're saying that, because that is actually what I felt as well.
okay. Okay.
Um, and it also has that kind of, if I may say so, Asian kind of messy UI as well,
Mm-hmm.
which is just, oh my God, it's so overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're more used to it over there in many of these kind of games, but for me, it's like, oh no, not another one when
Not
it comes to the
again.
UI. Now, but it's true.
No.
It has a bit of a mobile kind of look, but it's definitely not released or made for mobile and then ported into PC. And this is also something I talk about
Mm-hmm.
in my video, because that's a difference
Yeah.
when that has happened. But again, it's I've had some fun
Mm-hmm.
playing a bit, some cool game modes and stuff like that. But it's not going to be a game I put myself like playing on a regular basis or put a lot of hours into. But I mean, it's a new game. It's a new
Mm-hmm.
shooter, live service game, and then of course we have to mention the monetization.
Mm.
I give an example when it comes to what you have to maybe go through if you want to, for example, get one of those skins, and you could end up, long story short, paying like $40 or something for
Wow.
yeah. It has become a bit haywire with some of the newer titles. The Splitgate 2 initially game, which it's also weird. They're actually taking it down for to make it beta again. That's
Mm-hmm.
another story. But they also went out pretty hard with high prices and everything. And I'm like, oh man, because as I say in the video, that kind of stuff will definitely turn off a huge
Mm-hmm.
amount of players if you don't do that right from the beginning. So I don't know. Black Stigma, yeah, it's a bit some fun situation, but there's actually better options out there. I can be very frank and say that and honest.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's a kind of vague impression as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, that's basically it.
It's
I
gonna
don't
sell on
think
the
I need to
sex
say so
appeal.
much.
It's definitely gonna sell on the sex appeal because when you look at the characters, like the because I'm seeing masters, maids, grey crown crews, and hard workers, the characters that you can choose
Mm.
from, and yeah, when you look at some of these maids, man, like, whew, yeah, if you have certain outfits for some of them, yeah, I think that's where they're gonna make their money on this.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they look schmexy, And I
Very.
played with one of I don't know her name, but it has this long, like I think it's quite pink hair or whatever have you, long legs, a bit like Bayonetta style. Also,
Mm-hmm.
when you fight close, when she's jumping over herself and bring down the opponent with her legs and stuff like that. You know, you've seen that
Very
before.
nice, very nice.
Yeah, that is nice, of course. But
Yes, yes. I am
can't
in.
say anything negative about that though. But
No, I'm in approval of that. I think we need more and more white football characters in the in these JRPG streets, but at the same time, these are the kind of games that are probably going to get demonetized on Steam or at least taken off of Steam. So enjoy them while you can. You know, before we have to start going back to piracy and the dark web to enjoy these sorts of games. So yeah, it is what it is what it is. But yeah, interesting game. Looks interesting. Would I pick it up? Probably not. Looks very mobile-y, as I said, but
yeah,
I can see the appeal. I can definitely see the appeal of this game. So yeah, okay, cool. Black Stigma, interesting.
yeah.
Very,
There's
very
a
nice.
lot of titles we don't know so much about, right? It's like they come out and it's there. I mean, for me, some of these games, the only reason I know about them is, of course, well, I stumbled upon them, and then you which is good on Steam. You just click the interest button, and then you get notified when they actually go live.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Definitely. Well, it is a thing. It is a thing. You know what's something that I've noticed though? I've noticed quite a lot of times you go on a page for a game like with this Black Stigma, and there's people streaming on above it. I forgot that people stream on Steam as well. I forget you could do that. Completely forgot that you could stream on Steam. I think I
most likely one of the developers, I think, that is doing that.
Do you think so? Do you think it could just be a player?
I know that there was a stream today where one of the developers were playing, but maybe it could have changed now.
Oh no, it says watch the developer play. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Interesting.
Guess they're trying to push or market the game as much as they can.
Yeah. Yeah. If we could comment in the chat there and just tell them, look, work on your animations, mate. Like,
yeah.
Hire an animator, you know, call Isaac and tell him come in and just help you make these animations more fluid. You know, just short term, you know, he's a filmmaker now, so he's not in that life, but you know, just give him a nice salary, tell him come in and just fix this first.
You know, he made his at least one boss in the Biomutant game and stuff like that. He knows
his stuff. He knows his stuff. Hire him, you know, just call him out. All right. Yeah, Black Stigma. If you happen to see this, guys, just you know, just hit up Raj. He'll give you Isaac's information, and you just hire him to fix your animation, because your game could probably, if the animation was better, I can see this game looking a lot less janky.
Yeah, I think you understand what I meant when 100%. I said what I said. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, because that's what as you were talking about it, I pulled it up to look at it. I was like, let me see what this game looks like. I was like, yeah, mobile game.
Yeah, it gives me that vibe as well. Yeah, that is true.
Okay.
Well, there we go.
I think we've got a podcast, don't we?
I think we have a whole episode. Oof. It feels like it. Yeah,
it does feel like a whole episode.
It's a pocket. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not too bad time as well. If I say so myself,
it's actually pretty good. I would say.
Pretty cool. I have enough time to go and pour myself a drink.
Yep, I will do the same.
It's
but
gonna
before
be water.
that, we are happy to have you people here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you had a good time. We had a good time talking to you. And hopefully we could do that next week as well. So before that, I hope you also can enjoy summer, everything that comes with it. Maybe do some fun stuff. If you like roller coasters like me, go ahead and go with some. But otherwise, gaming, Tele, you got all it covered here. So with that said, Muffin and out.
Oh, beautiful as always. So with that, guys, as always, you can find Raj at the 40 Split Splashes number 40 SPL ISH SPL ESH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday, but who knows? He might be on holiday, so you mightn't see him on some of those days.
But
you know,
I did stream on what day is it? Thursday. I did stream actually on both Sunday and this Tuesday.
Yeah,
we'll see on Sunday. Yes. Yeah. Well, okay.
Let's leave it ambiguous, so that way you have an out when you decide, you know what, yeah, I'm just gonna kick back in my pants and just chill on the sofa, watch some you know, Happy Gilmore, and and you know, especially the missus is away, I can eat whatever I want, do whatever I want. No, yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah. So we'll just leave a caveat in there, a little bookmark in case Roger changes his mind. But it's usually Tuesdays and the Sundays. It may not be this week because he may be doing other Roger things. With that, you can find me at LV Guidance, LPGIDIN, Guidance.eu, pretty much everywhere else. As always, my stream day has been usually on a Thursday or a Monday, the days that I've actually started streaming, and that's to coincide with the releases of updates for eFootball. There was a new update for today on eFootball, so technically speaking, I might stream tonight. I don't know if I will, but I might stream tonight. So if you want to come around, not on this channel, on at Simply what's our channel for streaming? Simply eFootball. Go over to Simply eFootball. There's probably a link somewhere. You can go and click on it, and it will take you to there, and you can watch me stream eFootball and have a chat and all that kind of good stuff. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss out on any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like you subscribe to this podcast on Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, simplybinge.com, and elsewhere. And with the confidence they're going to like it, they're giving it for free. So, as always, guys, this has been cute for your pleasure. It's a wrap. I also realized I didn't say the part about you can find us at Simply Binge or at Simply Binge UK, but I realized that after I was saying the outro, and I was like, you know, I'll just say it after, and it won't matter because you know what, it's cool. So
it is cool for sure. It still counts, so it's perfectly fine. I also just want to answer Naldo before we press the leave button here. That regarding the solar eclipse in Spain, I didn't know about this. I will check it out.
Ooh.
It's quite far south from me living in Sweden, so I'm not sure how that will, you know.
I didn't know about that.
I gotta check that out and see if I can see something from it from here as well. Thank you for saying. Yeah.
Okay, sounding good, Nalu. Sounding good. Love it. Here. I'm gonna go watch that Nintendo Direct Nalu just mentioned, and my son asked me if he can chill with me after I finish the podcast, so I'm just gonna let him come in, and we're just gonna sit and watch it together, and just. Yeah, we're just gonna chill, lad time, you know. I'm pretty sure my missus is gonna come in after and be like, "I want my husband." So we'll see who gets me for the longest. So anyway, see you guys on the flip side. Love it, it is what it is. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you guys in the next.